Well, hello everyone. As you see from the title of this video, the number one question that I've been asked during this whole COVID situation is it safe to travel? So I'm going to attempt to answer that question in this video. We're also going to put a little bit of psychology in it because I know you guys really like that. And I think psychology and travel go really well hand in hand. So first of all, how are you? I hope you're all well. I hope you're doing good. And let's also talk at the end of this video if you've got any trips planned, where you're going. I'm really interested to hear your interactions, so make sure you leave them in the comments down below. So number one question, I don't know if I've been asked because I create travel videos or if I've been asked because I am a health scientisty person. I do not have the qualifications to advise you whether you go or whether you don't. Now, of course, safety is going to be a perception. It's going to be relative to how you view things. Are you safe in this scenario? Are you safe in that scenario? Some people might say yes, some people might say no for exactly the same thing. Does that make sense? Now, I would suggest that it really is dependent on your views and your thoughts. Now, if you're talking particularly about getting on a plane wearing a face mask, is that safe? I can't answer that. Now, if it was completely, like at the moment, we've been grounded completely in the UK pretty much. But there are ways that you can travel, and I'll talk about that in another video coming up. Because if there's a will, there's a way. So if that's something you really, really want to do, it is something you can make happen. But of course, a lot of the stuff at the moment is like up in the air. It's like, can you go or can't you? Is it safe to, or should you or shouldn't you? And I think that's got to be a personal opinion. Personally, I think, you know, it's up to you. Do you think it's a risk you want to take because you so want to travel again? Or is it a case of like, I don't want to travel that much because there's a risk factor to it? But there's a risk factor to everything. So have a think about that. Where are you at with your life? And what do you want to see happen, like going forwards? Do you want that to be filled with travel? Are you prepared to wait another year before you start booking things? Are you worried about obviously booking something and then the tour operators going bust? I mean, is your money safe? That's obviously a whole other question. So as long as you use someone that's ATOL protected, I do your own checks on this, but if you use someone that's ATOL protected and you've booked using a credit card, then I think you should be able to get your money back. But let's hope that isn't going to happen because, you know, somehow they're still going. I don't know quite the ins and outs of all of that. But as for is it safe, that's got to be your decision. So I've also been asked, and I've left this till this part of the video, if I have any travel booked as well for this year. And yes, I do. I may talk about this even more in a different video. But yes, I do have some travel booked because I'm staying in hope that this pandemic we might get a bit of a grip on it. But when I booked it was quite some time ago. So obviously there are going to be selfish risk factors and things like that. Everybody's got to judge that on their own thing. But if there is still a massive risk of catching it if you go on a plane and stuff like that, obviously won't be going. So we have also booked to camp next year in the summer, or this year in the summer, in the UK, not far down the road where you've seen us go camping before. And I think that is going to be so much fun and little risk, hopefully. Obviously we've got to share toilet facilities and bathrooms, so I'm not too sure about how that might fit. But again, we're not far down the road, so it's such a hard one to say, isn't it? Should you or shouldn't you travel? So where do you sit on this? Let's get a chat started in the comments below. Please keep it respectful. Do you think it's a good idea to travel? Are you going to travel? I know so many people on my Facebook groups that I've run about from all the different hotels, they're like, I really want to go, but I'm really worried. And you know, so many people are just sitting on the fence, really don't know quite what the right thing is to do. So obviously take the government guidelines as they are and just do what you think's the right thing, because like I say, it's all perception, isn't it? It's all like, what do you think is right and what isn't, and take the advice and make up your own mind and be as safe as you can. But it's the same with everything, you know, there's risks attached to absolutely everything, so you need to judge that on your life and your thoughts and your wishes. So I don't know if that's been helpful, but I hope so, and I'm enjoying doing these little chatty videos with you guys on a weekday. So yeah, let me know what other subjects, and I'm really keen to try and find out what you want to see from me on this channel, because I've asked this question before. The audience seems to want the travel stuff, and I have got lots I could dig up from the past and talk about that. I generally am, you know, professionally sort of offline, I'm into health and science of health and things like that. I don't think that's something that is so well received on this channel as the other sort of go in here and go in there kind of videos. But do, again, let me know, and if you don't want to do it publicly, my email is in the description box down there, so drop me a quick email, because obviously I want to deliver content here that you want to see, because that's the whole point, isn't it? And we are aiming for that silver play button, which is just over there in picture form, and I would like to get it in solid form that I can go to you, look, here's my silver play button. So make sure you subscribe, and make sure that you share any of my videos with your friends who you think might want to see them. So lots of love. I will see you next time. Bye for now.